Hello everyone and welcome to my Hip Hop Gossip For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Elliott, Drake and Future have formally resolved their differences. Fans responded strongly to an intriguing message posted by Young Thug's official X account last month. Drake at one Future we're all brudas, Metro Boomin. Without us Caliban, music isn't the same, the message said. Social media users were in disarray as Future seemed to co-sign the post by retweeting it within hours. Drake has, of course, been the target of a lot of beef in recent months, which was sparked by Future and Metro Boomin's cooperation with Kendrick Lamar on the song Like That. The first indication that Future and Drake might truly get back together was Future's retweet. Most people agree that they would love to hear them collaborate once more after this generated a discussion on whether or not they should. Thankfully, it appears that might still be an option. Elliott disclosed that Drake and Future have finally been able to resolve their problems over the phone during a recent episode of The Bigger Picture. According to reliable sources, Drake and Future have at least spoken over the phone and worked out their problems, he said. Wilson added that Drake has not yet made apologies with Metro Boomin and that the reconciliation might be related to Young Thug's previously reported tweet. When Future reposted Young Thug's tweet, "I think that helped the energy," he said. "I think that Drake and Future are back on the same page, but there is still no trust there with Metro." Wilson continued by saying that given the rapper's past, the reconciliation isn't particularly shocking. "We are aware of Drake and Future's extensive past, of course. It makes sense in a way," he reasoned, because Drake was the one who said, "We never really went through it." Drake received the lightest of all the taps in the 1v20. How do you feel about Elliott asserting that Drake and Future have made amends? Is it your hope that they will collaborate soon? Elliott claims that Drake and Future have resolved their disagreement. Exclusive, Elliott claims that Drake and Future are no longer at odds after discreetly putting their differences aside. Wilson disclosed on the most recent episode of The Bigger Picture that the members of What a Time to Be Alive had ended their feud over the phone, marking the latest development in the hip-hop civil war that broke out earlier this year. According to reliable sources, Drake and Future have at least spoken over the phone and worked out their disagreements, he stated. According to the seasoned hip-hop journalist, Young Thug's recent social media post urging Drake, Future, and Metro Boomin to make amends was a contributing factor in the truce. Wilson remarked, "I think that helped the energy when Future reposted it." Wilson claims that although Metro Boomin was mentioned in Thug's post, he was not involved in the peace negotiations. He said, "I think Drake and Future are back on the same page, but there's no trust there still with Metro." Given that the Six God refrained from disparaging Pluto in the same manner that he did Kendrick Lamar and his other 20 vs 1 opponents, Wilson added that a reunion between Drake and Future isn't all that surprising. "Pluto shit make me sick to my stomach, we ain't never really been through it / Leland Wayne, he a fucking lame, so I know he had to be an influence," he rapped on Family Matters, accusing Metro of being the cause of the conflict. "We are aware of Drake and Future's extensive past, of course. The statement 'we never really went through it' was made by Drake." The former XXL editor-in-chief came to the conclusion that it makes sense in some way because Future received the least amount of attention in the 1v20. Following the release of Future's We Don't Trust You album with Metro Boomin, which was filled with jabs at Drizzy, Drake and Future's once fruitful collaboration ended in March. Along with Kendrick Lamar's fiery guest line on the #1 song Like That, Hendrix seemed to subtly criticize his frequent partner on the album's opening title tune. "Dog, you are an Nga #1 fan. Sneaking about, actin' like a fed, I don't understand, and I don't need another phony friend, dog, we're sharing, therefore it can't be about a hoe, dog. Why are you playing, dog, in your feelings, Nga?" He spat. Future and Metro's follow-up album, We Still Don't Trust You, included more lyrical attacks, including appearances by A$AP Rocky and The Weeknd. With rumors that Future was upset at Drake for releasing a joint album with 21 Savage, there even seemed to be simmering hostility before the two albums were released. While guest hosting The Breakfast Club in early 2023, Nori stated, "I heard there's a big rumor that Future is not too happy with this Drake and 21 Savage album, her loss, and it makes Drake and Future's album not as important, I would say. This is a big rumor that is allegedly going on right now, but I have never heard it from Future, Drake, or 21. I have never heard it from their mouths." All eyes will be on a possible musical reunion between the explosive combo now that Drake and Future are on good terms again, but don't expect Metro Boomin to be behind the boards. The Bigger Picture's entire episode will debut on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and other podcast platforms on Saturday. Top 5 is a Toronto-based artist who shares some connections with Drake. In fact, Top 5 praised Drake directly for helping to cover his legal bills after he successfully defended himself against a recent murder case in the city. Since then, the artist has been promoting Drizzy, particularly in relation to the artist's feud with Kendrick Lamar. He says he is now conducting some research on Kendrick and has threatened the singer in an ambiguous manner. Once again, Top 5 made news on social media last night, but this time it was for his actions at a recent NBA game. He ended up sitting on the baseline, courtside, during a Toronto Raptors vs Denver Nuggets game. At one point in the game, Russell Westbrook was very close to Top 5, and the rapper took advantage with some "you suck" chants. The artist even flipped the camera on himself as Westbrook yelled back at him. As you may recall, Westbrook was present at Kendrick Lamar's pop-out performance, and at one point, he joined the other performers on stage. It should be fairly clear why Top 5 would target Russ in this manner. In addition to rap feud politics, Westbrook's career has been struggling, which has resulted in a lot of clowning on social media and in real life. In the case, the Nuggets prevailed 127 to 125. Giving Russ the final laugh. Please share your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. Is Russell Westbrook, in your opinion, officially washed? With Russ joining the squad, can the Denver Nuggets win the championship this year? Additionally, for the most recent information and developments from the music industry, keep an eye on HNHH. We'll continue to update you on all of your favorite musicians' next endeavors.